Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Today I thought I would talk about indie brand eyeshadows. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with indie brand eyeshadows, these are eyeshadows that are made by independent brands, smaller companies. A lot of them are selling eyeshadows on Etsy shops or on their own personal websites. You aren't gonna find these brands inside of Ulta or Sephora. They're not big yet. You're also not gonna find them in grocery stores or drugstores that you can just walk to. You have to order most of these shadows online, but there's a lot of good reasons to support these small companies. A lot of them are created by women who are trying to make a living, which is something that I personally admire. Also, it's really hard for them to get into mainstream businesses, so they have to work twice as hard. Their products are often twice as good or as good as some of the really big name companies. They know exactly what the ingredients are that are going in. They're very careful. They are often cruelty and vegan. And so if that is a priority to you and you're makeup shopping, these indie companies might be the way to go. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some Too Faced shadows. I love some of the big brands, the big money companies. They are making millions of dollars selling us makeup, and I still love them and support them because they make great product too. But I do have a soft spot in my heart for these little indie brands that are trying to get their businesses up and running and stay afloat and trying to make their own name in the world of the beauty community. So I thought today I would give you guys swatches of my small collection of indie brand eyeshadows and to introduce you guys to these brands. One of the reasons I got the idea for this video is I was watching a friend of mine, her name's Melissa Gold, and she did an entire video swatching her Sydney Grace collection. That is an indie brand that has quite a strong following of loyal shoppers of their eyeshadows. I personally do not have any Sydney Grace eyeshadows, but not because I'm not a fan of them. I would love to have some of those eyeshadows someday. I just haven't gotten around to buying them yet. But as I was watching her swatch and talk about her gigantic Sydney Grace collection, I was like, oh, I should talk about my little collection and the little companies that I support. So I kind of had this idea in my head to begin with. And then I was contacted by a small indie company and I was offered an eyeshadow for PR. And that just kind of sealed the deal for this video because this is going to be my first ever PR that I've ever been given, and it was really exciting. I am living the dream over here, people. I am living the dream. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw a YouTube makeup video 10 years ago in 2009, almost 10 years ago, and I realized that people were being sent makeup for their honest review and to, let's face it, promote the brand a little bit. I was like, that's what I want to do. And it took me 10 years to get the courage. It took me, 9 years to get the courage to do this myself. But I received my first eyeshadow for PR and it is beyond exciting. So let me talk about that one first because I am just so very honored and flattered to have received an eyeshadow, and I want to make sure you guys hear about it. So the company is called Alluring Kisses LLC. I don't know if they knew that I had a YouTube channel or if they found me through my Instagram page, but I was contacted through Instagram by them and they said, we would like to talk to you about sending you an eyeshadow for PR if you are willing to share your honest review with your subscribers and viewers and followers and whatever. And I said, of course, I would be happy to. This is what I love to do. I love to try out makeup, whether it's the most popular brand on earth or a small company getting the word out. And I love to talk about makeup. So I am just so excited about this. So Alluring Kisses sent me to their website and told me to pick out any single eyeshadow I wanted to. And I immediately gravitated toward this shade called Lava. And it's probably the time of year that it is the perfect shadow for. And here it is right here. It is a shimmery kind of coppery color that has a very brown base to it. It's nicely pigmented. It goes on nicely on my eyes. I've worn it 3 times now and I've had no discomfort, no itchiness, no redness, no staining, no nothing. Here it is right there. It will give you the most perfect fall smoky eye. I am also wearing it on my eyelids today. Now I have a lot of light coming in through this window in front of me today, so I'm a little bit washed out. This is a little bit smokier in real life than what it looks like on the screen. But I have wattles all over my transition, my favorite shade of life, and then I have this all over my eyelid. I have a little bit of a kind of shimmery white color on my inner third, and I have my bronzer shade blended out in my crease, and that is it. And I just think this is such a perfect fall smoky eye. So there it is again. This is the shade Lava. It has definitely some shine to it. It's a shimmery metallic shade, and this is from the company Alluring Kisses. This is my only eyeshadow that I have from them, but I could definitely see myself supporting this brand in the future, and I would love to do that. So if you're wondering how I stumbled upon indie brand eyeshadows, it is definitely through Instagram. I have some Insta friends that are really big on supporting these indie brand eyeshadows, and I've also had indie brands follow me on Instagram. I follow them back and I get to know them that way. So if I had never been on Instagram, I would have never heard about indie brand eyeshadows. So I actually made my first indie brand purchase a year ago in August. So August of 2017, I made my first indie brand purchase, and it was a company called LaLa Cosmetics, and I bought an eyeshadow quint, so 5 eyeshadows in a palette, and I bought 4 single eyeshadows. So I'm gonna show you swatches of those now. Now my quint is not in the best shape ever. It did get banged up. When it arrived to me from being shipped here, it was in perfect condition. The problem was not the shipping, but I'm gonna show you through the case that you could see that this shadow right here, like a top layer kind of broke off and is loose in the palette. But this is the, come on glare. Okay, this is the palette right here. This palette screams fall. These are all matte shadows. This palette is called my GoTo matte palette. And I'm gonna give you guys swatches of this right now because this palette is like, it's fall in a quint. That's all I can say. So here are some finger swatches of this quint right here. These shades are highly pigmented. It does not take much to build up this pigment. In fact, it is just like a little rub and a swatch. I could have done a little bit better on this bottom one, but yes, I think you get the idea of what these shadows can do. I love all of these shadows. I know that like we're supposed to be moving away from these warm orangey shades and starting to fall in love with cool colored shadows, and I love cool colored shadows too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't care. If it's October, it's October, and these shadows are just what I want for the month. It's all I want. So if you guys are looking to support an indie company, you know, here again, Lava from Alluring Kisses, this My Go-To Mattes palette from LaLa Cosmetics. These are awesome quality shadows that I would highly recommend. Last August when I was buying that quint, I also bought 4 single eyeshadows from the same company, LaLa Cosmetics. So I'm gonna show you swatches of those now. This first shadow is called Dirty Blonde. And it is definitely one of those shadows that doesn't look like a whole lot at first glance. But when you see it swatched, hopefully you guys will see the magic in this shadow. It is so smooth and buttery. It's gorgeous. Here it is right there. It's like a dark champagne. This will make the most perfect daytime eye look for anyone. I don't care what your skin color is, how deep or how light you are. This is a perfect shade for a daytime eye look. This next shade is called Razzle, and there's definitely a lot more like mauve-y, pinky, plummy tone to it. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that this shade, this color is my jam. I absolutely love a silvery, purpley, mauve-y eyeshadow. It's just my favorite. If you have Satin Taupe from MAC, I think you will find this reminiscent of that. Again, just so perfect for everyday wear. I just love both of those shades so much. While I was placing this order, the mermaid unicorn looks were definitely at an all-time craze, and I was all in for that look. So I definitely had to pick up the shade called Unicorn Kiss. I am a sucker for a duochrome purple blue shifting shadow. I probably have 5 different versions of this same shadow at this point, and I cannot get enough of it, but I just think it is so gorgeous. You will probably see a similar shade in my next brand's swatches, but there it is right there, Unicorn Kiss. You can see it's a beautiful like pinky purple there, and then blue. Love it. I absolutely love that shadow. And then finally, I decided to go with a more yellowy shadow, and this one's called Miss Locks. And here it is here. You can see a lot of silvery white and then yellow. Very reflective. It would make a gorgeous like shadow to put on your inner corner or the inner third of your eye. Right? Oh, it's so bright right there. Just a really pretty yellowy golden highlight shade. So those are my 4 singles from LaLa Cosmetics. Now I got like the standard MAC size pan, but as you're placing the orders for these, you can decide what size pan. They also offer a much larger size pan that's more like a shade for like a deluxe size blush or a highlighter. So you can choose. This company absolutely also makes highlighters, but I resisted buying any highlighters and stuck to just single eyeshadows from these companies. Okay, so the last group of single eyeshadows are all from one brand, and the brand is Looksee Beauty. I had heard a lot of people talking about this brand around the holidays last year, and then they had a very good sale. I believe it was like 40 or 50% off all the eyeshadows, which basically meant that they were giving away eyeshadows. And around the same time, a friend of mine, her name is Marina, posted about all of her favorite Looksee Beauty eyeshadow singles. She's a huge fan of the brand, and so I decided to pull the trigger and I bought 14 single eyeshadows, and they are stunning, absolutely stunning. So let's get into it. I'm gonna go from lightest to darkest, at least I'm going to try to. This first single is called Halo. It is a stunning highlight. It's got a little bit of a pink, peachy pink to it with a blue shift. It is stunning. Oh my gosh. Right there. It's like a peachy highlight that shifts blue. It is gorgeous. So that's Halo. Up next, I'm going to show you Laced. It looks so metallic in the pan. Like the most gorgeous metallic rose gold, like a light rose gold, not a dark one. Oh my gosh. This is Laced right there. That is stunning. Up next is Nova. This is a little bit deeper and has a little bit more of a copper shade to it, but still super metallic. Definitely more of an orangey shade than the one before it. You could see the difference right there. It almost has a pink shift to it. These are so gorgeous. I think this next shadow is my absolute favorite eyeshadow of all time. It is the shade Bougie. And although I am not bougie, I like to say the word bougie. And you can tell just looking at the pan that there's a lot of different shades that went into this color. Like different tones, like there's blue and green and pink and oh my gosh. It just depends on which way your face hits the light. See right there? It is super orange. But let me see if I can get you to see how much green is in there. I can't. It just looks orange. Oh my gosh. There is so much like green and blue in here. Is it picking up at all? I wish you guys could see it in real life. It is just not being done justice on camera. It just looks so like orangey gold on my arm. But if you're looking at it from here, you will see tons of blue. Like just if you look at it right there, tons of like purpley blue, green goodness. It is so gorgeous, and I'm so frustrated that it's not showing off on camera. This green one is called Don't Leave Me, and it's green with a lot of gold in it. Yeah, it's like a greeny gold. It is so gorgeous. If you like green shadows, you will like this one right there. I should say that I have no idea if all 14 of these shadows are currently available. I bought all of these a year ago in like November or December of 2017. So if for some reason some of these are not currently available, I am so sorry. I did not think to check that before filming this video, and I probably should have. Okay, let's go to Amber. This is an amazing fall color. It is beautiful, very orangey, metallic, like an old orange, an old rich orange, right? Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to start adjusting my swatches right there. It actually reminds me a little bit of Lava, the one I have on my eyelid right now. And here is Cider. Let's see, how should I do this so that you guys can see it? Oh, that's, boy, crooked. So that's a more newer orange. Like I consider that an old orange and that a new orange. It's more bright and has a lot more red in it. Okay, moving on to three of the deepest shades I bought from this haul, and this was the shade Juice. That is stunning. This is gold and deep purple. Look at how purple that is. Let me see if I can get it to pick up. Come on, you. Show off your gold inside. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is driving me nuts. It looks straight up greeny gold as I'm looking down at it. And then it shows that gorgeous purple. This would make the most stunning smoky eye. Here we have Juno. Here's what it looks like in the pan. And here it is swatched. Very similar to Juice. Was that Juice? Yeah, Juno and Juice. Very similar to Juice. This is a little bit more toned down in the purple. And then this one in Omega is a purple that shifts like deep. Okay, so right there it looks straight up green. But when I look at, this is like that dress. Is it white or is it black or blue or whatever? This looks purple when I look at it. But when it shows in the camera, it's green. This is some crazy stuff, you guys. I wish you could see what these shadows were doing because it does not look green to me. It looks purple. Crazy. Let me see if it picks up in the swatch. You guys are gonna think I'm nuts. You're gonna be like, Paula, it's just green. But I'm telling you, it is purple too. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. You guys are gonna have me committed to the insane asylum. That's okay, I'm sticking to my story, it's purple. Now we're gonna go to some real purples here. First off is Duper Star. This is supposed to be a dupe for Urban Decay's Tonic, I believe. It's another one of those lavender blue shifting ones. I think it's picking up pretty accurately both the lavender and the blue in this swatch. Thank goodness you can see. Here I have Charmed, which is kind of a lighter version of Duper Star. Right there. These are so reflective. See how it's a little bit lighter than Duper Star? Okay, two more. These are both on the bluer side of eyeshadows, and these are about as blue as I get for blue eyeshadows. But I'm hoping that if I mix these in with other blue eyeshadows, it'll create a more wearable look for me. This first one is called Frostbite. And here it is here. You can see that there's no like chalkiness to any of these. They just swatch beautifully. And then finally, I have this gorgeous shade called Starboy. It is another very, very, very metallic shade. And here it is right there. It's like a silvery blue. Oh my gosh, it is blinding. So there are all of my Looksee Beauty single eyeshadows. Okay, you guys, that is all of them. This is my indie brand eyeshadow collection. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you support one or all of these brands. I really appreciate Alluring Kisses sending me out the single eyeshadow of Lava for review purposes. It is an honor to review that shadow, and I do recommend it if any of you guys are interested. I also recommend some of these other companies that I've bought from in the past. Let me know what your favorite indie brand is, or let me know if you're interested in trying an indie brand now that you've seen this video. I hope this helps some of you guys familiarize yourself with some of these lesser known companies. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.